turn up the bass.
I gotta start off by saying, if you've never done a track day, you are totally missing out. This is the most fun you can have in your car with your clothes on, and I don't think it's close. Doing track days with Highline MotorSports and Round Lake Auto was great because you're gonna get 8 hours of track time for less than what you would get for 4 hours of track time with some other groups. Once everyone got in and settled in the pits, it's time to head out on the track, and I actually did my first session as a passenger riding along with Dave Singh. This is his first track day in his E46, so he's still getting used to it here. It was a little slippery in the morning because of the rain, but thankfully it stopped. As you can see, it was definitely a little slippery this morning, but I think his suspension in the back is a little too stiff because it shouldn't be sliding out like that, but it looks great on camera even though it is a little bit slower, but sliding around looks awesome on camera. It just does. Here's a slow motion shot of what spectators see and how close they are to the action on the straightaways, which is pretty cool. Not many places will let you get this close to see. New York Safety Track is pretty cool like that. If you're looking for a great way to support our channel, check out lowboostfilms.com. Not only does this support the channel, but you'll look great while you do it as well. We have a great selection of different types of apparel and merchandise that you guys can buy. I also have a selection of car parts and tools that we've reviewed on the channel that we know work well for sale on there as well at a good price, so make sure you check it out. I love this C706. I'm pretty sure it was easily the fastest car there this day. A couple of quick highlights that I really enjoyed. My cousin Al came with his Ford Focus RS, and he let me drive it for a couple of laps just to kind of give him the lay of the land as riding passenger. I had a blast driving this car. I wish they never stopped making them. These Focus RSs are great. I'm always down to help my friends be faster any way that I can, even though I'm not that fast myself. But my buddy Ryan in his M2 went for a ride along with me and my C5 Corvette and went from a 147 to a 143 immediately the following session when he hopped back in his car. That's an impressive time jump, and I'm really happy for him. This is a full-on race car. It is an M240i race car. You don't see too many of these. I don't think they made many of these. It's actually N55 powered, believe it or not. And the thing is freaking awesome. And I actually got to be on track with it for a session that we were close to each other. And I'll show you guys some footage of it. But just listen to this thing as it's going down the street. It is awesome. Now it's time for me to head out. This is now my second track day with our signature track weapon cam installed. I'm still getting used to the extra power, and I'm finding a little bit more confidence in rotating the car around turns. This is me chasing the M240i race car. I actually had the car in competitive driving mode, so the traction control is kind of turned off because it would bog the car down if I hit it too hard coming around turns. But this just gives you an idea. My car makes 393 wheel horsepower, and I'm pretty close to him here, and he's actually just pulling away from me down the straightaway. So These M240i race cars have a lot of power, and they're very, very light. They're a lot lighter than like my old M235i was, so that's very impressive. I still don't totally trust myself to brake past the 400 mark. They say when you upgrade the power in these cars, the brakes are the next thing to go, so I'm taking it easy there. I do have a little more confidence now that I'm braking a little later and a little later, but I'm also able to rotate the car more coming through this turn, coming into power before I come out of the apex, and that puts me right back behind him again, and you can see him kind of pull away a little bit on the straight there, but I am able to rotate the car much better than I was. Coming up around him around this turn, I'm also able to come around the turn hotter than he is here. I just have more lap experience here, and he was nice enough to let me by after this stretch here, which was great. But it was cool to chase this car. It was fun. Okay, this is a cross kart that you can build DIY at home. They sell the plans to build it. The suspension is very soft on them. They're really designed for dirt racing, but he wanted to see what it did on New York safety track, and I was actually impressed. He said he got it over 90 miles an hour on the straight. It has a motorcycle engine in the back. If you see videos on Instagram of this thing tearing it up off-road, it's pretty dope. He let me sit in it. It's got a clutch pedal and a sequential gearbox. It's a riot. I tried my best today to get away from my buddy Fraz in that E36. I just didn't have it in me. He was on point. As you can see here, he's right behind me, and I let him by on the straightaway, and he just slowly pulled away from me the following lap. My dad thought I was spinning out there, but I actually wasn't. It was totally planted. Here's my new personal best, and I'm actually chasing my buddy Todd here in his M4 GTS. We spent an entire session about this far apart from each other the entire time. It was really cool to do. I actually ended up braking earlier that time, and I was able to come out of this turn hotter than I normally had. That was 115 miles an hour, and I normally hit 118 on the straight, at least this past day. The car's starting to get a little greasy there, but I was able to save it and come out of this turn nice and hot. Now, my dad thought I was spinning out because he thought the car was drifting. When I say rotation, that's when I come onto the gas and I kind of feel the back end of the car start to kick out like it's going to drift, but it actually literally rotates the car ever so slightly so I can point the wheels straight faster. The sooner you can get your wheels pointed straighter, the better. So I'm coming around this turn nice. I could have taken that one definitely tighter. I could actually do this whole section a lot better than I did. But coming out of this turn, I on the power, and then coming around this turn again on the power as soon as I can. I decided to try to take this turn tighter than I normally do because I think I can rotate it here too. And I'm on the power again, as you can hear. And I'm actually starting to catch Todd ever so slightly on the backstretch. There's some sections that he's faster. There's some sections that I'm faster. Today, I think our best times were within 0.2 of a second of each other. So we were really just playing cat and mouse all day. And then coming around this final turn, with the traction control off, the car wouldn't spin, and I think that saved me a little bit. It says 138.5, but the official time is 138.46, and I'll take that all the way to the bank because that's a full second faster than my old time personal best with the stock cam. Yeah, if your tires don't look like that when you're done driving, you didn't drive it hard enough. Oh, I could do the same thing you do on a track on the canyons. No, you can't.
Hey guys, Dave Singh with Highline MotorSports. We had a great track day here with New York Safety Track. We're going to do another one in the fall, so if you were not able to make this one, definitely make the next one. Talk to the people who came here. It's been a great time. Weather was awesome today. A little bit of rain in the morning as usual, but it dried up and everything turned out great. And yeah, I just had a great time, and I really appreciate everybody coming out.
Yeah, just to add on to that, Dave does great track days, and this one he did with Round Lake Auto, and great turnout. We had a ton of track time, and everybody stayed safe for the most part, and they're all here to help everybody else out. It's a great group of people to go with, so if you're looking to do a good track day, come do one with Highline. I always post about it. I always share it. Make sure you guys come to the next one because you're not going to want to miss it.